Alright, we are back, and we are ready to leave the school. That's where we are, right? School? Yes. We have the key, and now it's time to leave the gate. First weapon check. We got a sledgehammer, we got a pipe, got a pipe. Life is good.
どうしてシュウお前の家で合流なんだよな。戦える数じゃない。
Yep, we ain't fighting that. Oh, yep. Last night we completed the school, and now we are leaving the school. Heading on the way to Shu's house. Oh, don't need those.
あいつ私を追ってる。
Welcome back.
二人もあいつから逃げたのかも。
Always nice to see a familiar toasty corg. Up we go.
やむを得ず私を置いてったんだ。だよな。
Diary of Revenge, and then in the Edo period, Ebisugoka witnessed another faith-changing event. The divine tree, the symbol of their religion, was struck by lightning and burned down. By this time, the ideologies of the Tsukumogami faith had taken root, and sacredness was now determined by the antiquity of an object. The divine tree was not worshipped for subduing the water dragon. Instead, it was only due to the fact that it was the oldest object in the area, and so a new divine object that was decided upon to take the tree's place. That next target for worship was the Inari statue. Before long, faith in the Inari statue itself developed, mixing with the Tsukumogami faith to create an amalgamation of beliefs completely unique to Ebisugoka. To this effect, the mongrel Inari faith here in Ebisugoka has almost no likeness to that practice throughout the rest of Japan and boasts a pathetically superficial history. Even this changing of idols has been turned into some epic divine story by the priest. This is the nonsense they came up with. With the divine tree destroyed by lightning, the land lost its guardian, and the ancient evil water dragon attempts to rise from its slumber. Hearing the town's plight, a family of benevolent foxes traveled far from their west to subdue the dragon once more. The people's faith in them bolsters their power, but without enough power, the dragon shall awaken once more. So now they are convincing locals to devote themselves to the new god Inari-sama. Water dragon, divine tree, Tsukumogami, and now Inari-sama. These pathetic people believe their faith has 1,000 years of history, and yet it's been mutilated time and again to suit their petty needs. Man truly is a fickle beast. Ooh, an email. The red capsules will be everywhere. Earlier in the school, scarecrows popped up, and right before each of them, capsules. And the day was okay. The AWS being down was so much fun. I know everybody across the country had lots of fun with that. How was your day? See it? I know what's gonna happen.
これって供え物？
Not this time. So in the US, Amazon had a big issue on with one of their East Coast servers, I think. So everything Amazon related to the cloud and whatnot just went down, and you really find out just how much everything is related to the cloud and Amazon when it goes down. Even some Google stuff is just Amazon based, and you're just like, ah, okay, I accept this. Oh, but it sounds like Canada wasn't, or Toronto wasn't affected. I wonder if there is news about it. It lasted long enough that there should be something. I was hearing that people in the Amazon delivery centers were just standing because their systems weren't working.
シュウなら山にも詳しいのに。
Always a good day at work if you can just sit there and not actually have to do work. That's an X. I am full on weapons, so I will leave it there. Found the axe here. Let's go down this hill. And I can't tell if the red ones are actually stronger or if it's just in my head. A lot of this game is just in my head. And that is perfectly fine if the Buki Kawara souls, because there's an axe in the tree. This leads to a continuation I don't want to continue yet. Let's keep exploring. Good question. It looks like that is all that's up here. I will make some offerings real quick and then we'll continue on. Yep, I think you left before. So in this game, you swap back and forth between reality and like this fox shrine part every time you fall asleep or something knocks you out. I'm nowhere near enough there or there. Onward. And then a fun part, what we went over yesterday. I prefer the steel pipe to the axe, but I will take the axe. Right. What we went over yesterday, that part had... yes, okay. Then yeah, in your first playthrough, you don't have the fox arm or any of the special fox powers. At that point in time, you have only your weapons, a knife and a naginata. So in your New Game Plus playthrough, you get your special fox powers, which made that part so much easier this time. It was...
相棒法ってどこ行ったシュ
you get a fox arm, you can not insta-kill enemies, but you can permanently kill them. So, because the enemies, when you kill them, they can have this black aura around them, which gives them the ability to respawn. It is a little bit stronger than some weapons. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And it has like a special mode as well, where you do get stronger and you go like berserk. We'll get back to it eventually. This is why I'm not the biggest fan of the axe. It's kind of slow. I haven't used enough of anything to heal. Yep. Just close that, but nope, advantage time. My favorite weapon in here, in the human realm, steel pipe. In the fox realm, the naginata. Not including the fox arm. Because the fox arm is coolest, but I don't like the axe because it's too slow. The steel pipe has knockback, but it's not extremely slow. And then some weapons like the kitchen knife and the sickle, they don't have knockback. So the enemies will just continue to attack you while you're attacking them.
まずいな。武器が壊れそうだ。
The steel pipe is old and reliable. You can't go wrong with a good steel pipe.
シュウたち、一体どこまで行ったんだ。
It would be nice to know where my friends go, but Shu's house is just around the river bend, so we are okay. As long as they are there. I am here, I go under, and that should be fine. I will trade for the Ramene. Those are Inari statues. That's a tree. That's where I just fought those, so let's take a right. This is what I want. Equipment. Omamori. There is one. Greatly increases stun power. Deals additional damage. Greatly decreases weapon. That is a good question. You'll have to look at the VOD to find out. Because I don't think we were too panicked. We're not the super panic type of person. But second playthrough definitely helps. Because you kind of know what's coming. Kind of. Not completely. But definitely kind of. That's a Higashi. I don't need that. I need the key. Map of Sugisato. Nice, okay. And that is Shu's house. Shu's house is behind that gate. So I just need to find the key, which should be this way. This leads back to where it came from, right? Perfect. Yep, YouTube channel has the same name. Shameless plug. All VODs are uploaded there with minor edits. Strange note. The view is great, isn't it? I've always wanted to see it with you. You're probably alright if you made it this far. But just be sure you're not being followed by anyone, right? This is our own private sanctuary. We don't need anyone else here. Oh yeah, we got one. Yeah, I don't do pre-recorded videos, so it will mostly just be stream VODs. But if we do a pre-recorded video, there it will be.
シュンリンコ
I don't think they're gonna come down. But let's go ahead and clear my inventory while we are here. I'm gonna get rid of the Inari Sushi. It's 150. I have 9 bandages. The crowbar. Well, that's awkward. Take less damage when facing multiple enemies. That means if I am surrounded by like 100 of them, I'll just sit there and take nothing. That's brilliant. I like it. Metal gate key. Don't mind me, I'm gonna step outside real quick. Alright. Come at me, bro. It's inconvenient that I can't hit him in the corner. You're spot on. Aggressive monkey puppy is the best description. Strange note. My sanctuary is still incomplete. I'm lonely, so lonely. It feels like I'm going to freeze. I need to gather more women, more, but even when I do, they all go away. I keep collecting more and more, but they all die. Mommy, why did you leave me all alone? I'm lonely, so lonely. It feels like I'm going to freeze. I need to gather more women, more, but even when I do, they all go away. Some of these notes, they leave more questions than answers. So now I'm at 17. I think I want... more stamina. Yes. There we go. All you got to do is not die. The key problem is that they keep dying, right? So if the women just stop dying, then he won't need to collect more. And everything will be okay. Probably.
嘘。
Except that. That's not okay. And we're off. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna just keep running. So. This way. This way. This way. Take a breath, and you're running. Oh no. What do we do when we pick up drugs, kids? We throw them on the ground. And then we run. Yes. Cardio is the way. Hinako is a member of the track and field team. Just so you know why Hinako can run from everything.
ちょっと休憩。
Push. 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 And we stop. Just kind of run wherever the flowers are. You in? Or free? Aha. We made it. Sanctuary. It didn't work in the Hunchback of Notre Dame, but this time, we got it. Thought I had. I don't want this. Shu's house is up there, so what's down here? Research Journal number 4. A photo attached to a research journal. It appears to be a clue collected by a researcher investigating the folklore episode of Oka. Regarding the legend of the Sacred Sword. The defeated soldiers needed a place they could hide to escape prosecution by the nearby army, or by the enemy army. They were unable to engage with anyone from surrounding settlements, so there was no way for them to purchase new goods. This forced them to make do with what they already had, and led to a culture where tools were used for as long as possible. The act of treating old tools with respect and reusing broken or unwanted ones was seen as a virtue in cult Kishu. It was thought that when a tool reached the end of its lifespan and was laid to rest, then both the tool and the god to whom it was offered would be pleased. clearly tradition born of necessity in a hidden village of defeated soldiers. We should find out more about Junko in New Game Plus. The original game did not offer too much in terms of Junko news. But this time, we should find out about the sister. So there are two with shawls, and I have accessed two of them. In which case, potentially, when I find the rest of them, I think the shawls are from the Jizo statues that I already accessed. If I can find the next one and then come back here, I should be able to verify that. We got the clue for the Jizo. It is by a fence, so it should probably be at Shu's house, since that's the only fence in the area. Yep, this guy. The character for heave fire can be faintly etched into the stone piece. Shu's house. Behind it. You need 5 in total. It mentioned it in the beginning when you read the journal, but it's 1 for each of the Chinese elements. Metal, fire, wind, earth. And wood. That's the last one. Cracked Hibachi Braze. Alright. That's the thing for the Jizo statue. I saw it in a dream, so it must be true. And a journal. Sasuga Aibo. Letter to my partner. Winners don't do drugs. Nice. Alright. Hey there, partner. We made it out some pretty vicious battles together, huh? Even had to part ways with our fair share of comrades on the battlefield. I just never thought we'd have to part ways too. But at least ours won't be a goodbye through death on the battlefield. No one, you can't ask for anything from me, okay? Because it's not like I can expect your help anywhere. You have to look after yourself now. I won't be there to drag you to safety when you fall. But wherever we go, and no matter what we do, we'll always be part of the Space Army. And we'll always be partners. Got it? Thanks for everything, Hinako. Shoot.
シュとりあえず家の中で2人を待つか。
So for a quick explanation, this is all in Hinako's head / the past. Something happened to Hinako, and at the end of the original playthrough, there was police, there was a broken steel pipe, there was lots of drugs, and then there were murdered people at a wedding. So now that we aren't taking the drugs, Hinako abandoned everybody that she was with, but we're getting more explanation as to why. Yep, it's hard being sober, but someone's got to do it. And now let's validate our claim. If we are correct, then up here... Oh, too far. That's why I wanted to offer those. Okay. Oh yeah, the red capsules. This is 1960s Japan. So opioids were a thing.
増えてる。
Yep, there we go. Every time we activate one, we get a red shawl on the Jesus statue. Yeah, so most modern medicine at this time is just like laced with opioids, so everything's addictive. Even medicine nowadays has opioids, right? But that's why they tell you not to take too many without prescription. I'm trying those. Hop back up here. And were there 2 items to pick up or just 1? That was a note. Nothing at the shrine. Sakako died because she called me a traitor and also she couldn't run? Just because she had some mild autism doesn't give her an excuse to call me a traitor. This is the 1960s. Shaming people for their disabilities is what we do.
Rinko?
Speaking of cool, fog monster caught us. Oh no, that happened last time too. Yeah. You open the door, she gets bodied, and then we undergo the rituals. But the rituals were to get the mask, the arm, and the brand. So now I've got the mask, the arm, and the brand. I'm assuming we're done with the
いい
cutting
え
and the...
私は恐れません
Yeah. It's a sick arm. You should watch the VOD to see how we get the arm. Because that is also sick.
はい姿が見えなくとも一緒にいるのを感じます
And then, so in the first playthrough, you go through 3 rituals. The first one, you cut off your arm and they attach the fox arm.
私頑張ります
I think I just skipped the rituals this time.
あなたにふさわしくなるように
Because there is nothing to cut. Yes. And also, like, they make her cut off her own arm.
私はずっと迷っていたんだ
And for the mask on her face,
今はもう
she...
道に迷いはない
They carve that off of her. And then you see the brand on the back? They take a nice heated iron and they just dig in. Yep. The game does not go too easy on you. Family physician's log, February 10th. I have received reports that the patients will sometimes make strange sounds, then try to get on all fours and crawl around. Housemates who served the family for many years whisper among themselves, speaking of the so-called fox possession. I have scolded them for spreading such unscientific, superstitious rumors. Today I was ordered to keep silent about this matter by the head of the house. The family has denied my request to transport them to a hospital. I wonder if it is out of fear that talk of the supernatural will tarnish the family's reputation. However, I do not expect the patient's conditions to improve with in-home treatment alone. Oh yeah, no, that mask that you see here, this fox mask, it is actually, like, grafted into the skin. You can see the under part where it's connected. That's because they peeled her face off with a knife. But it's better than what they did with the arm, where they made her cut it off herself, which is so inefficient. Like, how are you gonna saw your own arm off? Come on, bro. Okay. Hey, so you see how it's got this like black swirling stuff? If I leave it alone long enough, it'll come back. But with fox powers, I just devour its soul, and all is good. I need to catch up to Fox Mask wherever he is. I think he's through here. This is a Silent Hill game. It's a little different from the other Silent Hills, but you know, that's... So I believe this is the one where I got the brand, I think. Oh, so along with finding where to go, I also need to find extra documents. Because there should be notes scattered around in various places. Just to see, like, the extra notes, like, I need the story. I need the explanations. But the problem is that they're just scattered around places. I gotta know what's going on. Yep. Shu was with me in spirit. Only spirit. Where you at? There we go. Woo! Nope. While we're here. Yeah, it's funny how there's so many doors, but they all lead to basically nowhere. Ooh, a note. Solemn letter. Halt the spread of corruption from the mortal world on thy hand, and cleanse it to a silver and noble sheen. Rejoice, Hinako, and be welcome. So each of the items gave me a power. So when I got the fox arm, I could open the doors that I have to raise. When I got the fox mask, I can open walls. And then when I got the brand, the doors with the marks, I could open those. Oh yeah, no, totally not culty at all. This is very uncult-like behavior. Very demure, very mindful. I am going to open every single door. Gotta love knockback. I wonder if the tools will be in the hall where... I'll give her a first aid kit for that. Worth. The peeps? Oh, the peeps are dead. So, on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, we went through, we locked Sakuko in a dark room, all alone. We had Shu hung, and we dropped Rinko into a pit of lava. I want to ring it. And then now Fox Dude is just waiting for me at the door while I am exploring. Because one thing I've come to realize in New Game Plus is that you can skip a lot of the puzzles. Like, you just... So, for example, in the school, if I had remembered the code to the locker, I didn't need to go get the keys. I could have just gone directly to the locker and opened it and skipped 2 of the keys. Which is really good for subsequent playthroughs. I have Emma's, so I can upgrade a stat, I think. Or I'm close to it, because I might be low on points. My stat upgrades are pretty high now. Alright, so up here was the arm, here was the fox mask, and there was the brand. Yes. That's how that worked. Oh, the fox, I'll show you where he is. We saw him earlier. He's on the bottom floor. Just divine water. I can't pick it up right. I can, okay. Sumimasen. That was rude. Here I am trying to melt walls with my mind. And she just jumps in like that. Alright, let's see what's behind door number 2. Leave this here for a second because it's just right there. Come on. Ah, this way. Where was it? Alright, and that looks like all the doors, right? Through there, through there, through there. Yes, okay, that's everything. And Fox Dude is over here. He's across the bridge right there.
とても綺麗だ。
I am breathtaking. And so for praying, I can increase my health, sanity, or stamina, but I think I'm going to wait, because I'm only 600 away from an Omamori slot. Look with the chocolate. And I have 2 empty slots. Take the divine water and first aid kit. Please remind me to heal using the first aid kits.
Dewa, 行こうか。
ご一緒に。
Oh no, there is a boss at the end of this hallway. But
見たまえ。
it's Evil
皆が
Rinko.
私たちを祝ってくれている。
But I'm so full on healing items right now that I can't pick anything else up. Because I haven't been healing. I haven't been needing to heal. That one's Junko. The one with the eagle mask that we just passed. That was Junko. It would be nice if Hinako could have some nice wedding robes, but as you can see, there are some people who disapprove of the wedding. Homegirl is a little upset that we threw her into the lava. Not gonna lie.
リンコ
私たちの世界からひな子が死んでいなくなるんだから。
リンコ
He did take a blow with
あん
Sakuko.
たの願い通り死んでいなくなるからだから私のことなんか忘れて幸せに生きなよ。
忘れてやる。手伝ってやる。私の記憶から世界からお前の名前なんて全部消えたんですよ。
消されない。私の名前は清水ひな子。
Oh yeah. It's on.
私の気持ちを知ってたくせに欺いて憎い。お前が憎い。
見たくなかった。
Oh wait, oh, I'm a beast mode. What am I doing?
見たくなかった。
私がバカだったよ。前にずっと騙されてた。
騙してなんかない。
Rinko is not the big final boss, but this is Rinko's boss fight. We had one for Sakuko already.
お前が憎い。お前が憎い。平子。幸せになんかさせない。
お前の幸不幸はお前の責任だ。
お前は
見たくなかった。リンコのこんな姿。
After Rinko, there are at least 2 major bosses.
お別れにさえして
I think 3, but that was on the first playthrough.
本音を語り合えたね。
She got smacked.
これでリンコの世界から清水ひな子は消えたね。お幸せにリンコ。
Yep. That is who I is.
清水稲子。清水。私は清水稲子じゃない。
どうしたひなこ。
私は
君はひなこじゃないか。
私は
君はひなこだ。
はい。私は清水稲子じゃない。私は稲子。
そうだよ。
Yes.
君は私のひなこだ。
Rehab. Say no to rehab. Because rehab means that you're taking drugs in the first place. No, she's been on that 2-hour detox plan. And literally everything is throwing pills at her. That sounded painful.
殺すか殺されるか決めた？
姉ちゃん。
殺されなさい、ひな子。
どうしてみんなそうなの？みんな殺してるの？お姉ちゃんも殺したの？
ええ、私も殺したわ。お父さんもお母さんも、そして大切な妹であるあなたもね。友達もみんな殺したわ。
私は殺されたくない。
今日それを口にすることがどれだけ恐ろしいか分かってる？
もちろん。
今日までに何度も言ったかもしれないけれど、もう一度だけ言うわね。生はあなたが選びなさい。だけど今日その選択には特別な代償が伴う。それもあなたが生き延びた時にだけ。あなたがおとなしく殺されるなら何の代償もない。お姉ちゃんはひな子に幸せになってほしいよ。
Yep.
お姉ちゃん。
Sister's just like, yep, nope. We don't need these people.
シュリンコ。
Just a quick once over. I can't get back in, right? Nope. Alright, then off we go.
姉ちゃんの言う通りだ。時間がない。二人とも待ってて。すぐ行く。
Hey, baseball bat. What am I looking at? My gear is all good. Alright. I still have empty slots. But we did beat a boss, so let's save. Radio?
Aigo, お前は本当にそれでいいのか？これは本心で望んだことなのか？お前は今明らかに正気じゃないんだ。
I feel like I am thinking very clearly. Research Journal Photo 5. Regarding the legend of the Sacred Sword. In the Edo period, lightning struck the divine tree, leading people to believe that its spiritual power was lost. Then they then turned to worship the next oldest object, the Inari statues. Thus, the people of Ebisu-Gaoka began worshipping Inari-sama. However, the Sacred Sword predates even the Inari faith. If the oldest object was to become the next object of worship, then it should have been the Sacred Sword. In other words, if the Sacred Sword is discovered, it will, without a doubt, undermine the very foundation of local beliefs. Alright, let's go undermine the very foundation of local beliefs.
また私を惑わすのか。選択だ。私は前へ進む。武器が壊れそうだ。
That is okay. There's a crowbar right there. Yes. Alright. Perfect. Nice. Toolkit. Letter to Kumiko. He's really done it this time. That husband of mine is always quick to brandish the knife around when he loses his temper, but this time he went too far. He threw it at Hinako. Did he even stop for a second to think what might happen if he mangled her face before she got married? I just don't know what's going through that head of his sometimes. Sorry, Kumiko. I know I'm always complaining to you. Thanks, Dad. I don't need more bandages. It was very nice that, like, because in your first playthrough, Hinako just leaves mad, and you don't know why. But on the second playthrough, they explain that the dad sold Hinako to marriage. He just sold her off. You're like, oh, maybe it makes sense why she's mad. Clinical trial. It has now been 2 weeks since I began to take Kakura Makakura. I've observed no significant physical changes. If anything, I've been falling asleep and waking with ease. I have lucid dreams an average of once every 2 days. When I do, I feel neither the passage of time nor exhaustion, which allows me to become lost in thought. However, today I met with startling results. In my dream, there was another version of myself who spoke to me. The knife in the tree. Thanks, Dad. Oh no. The dad threw the knife, right? The knife had to land somewhere. Better. Being there was not part of the equation. Dad's old kitchen knife.
お父さんの包丁
That was significantly closer than I thought it was going to be. Alright. That's 4. And then I missed the first one. So I'm gonna have to come back here some point in time. I have to book it all the way back to the tree. Oh, he was just throwing the rusty knife at me because he was mad, right? So I'm like, eh, what if I don't get married? Alright, so right is right, but left. Left is good. Oh, we took the knife to the shrine. We made an offering.
町で一番古いお稲荷様だ
Strict mother's letter. Good morning, my handsome boy. You are different from those delinquents who run around town. You have noble blood running through your veins. Of course, every child must play in order to grow, but I simply ask you that you choose wisely who you play with. You must think of me as awfully overbearing, but please respect my wishes while you are still young. For when you are grown, you will be free to do as you please. We offered the knife to the Jizo, so that's 4. I need to find the 5th one, which is actually the first one. And then we come back to the tree. Oh, too late. There we go. Thanks, Toasty Cork. Catch you next time. Whee!
町まで早く家に帰らないと。
Ooh. I'm actually good on weapon though, so this way. Old medical record. While the request for emergency transport was being made, I was left alone in the examination room with the patient. During this time, he briefly regained consciousness. When I rushed over and began calling his name, he responded, Kotayuki. So that is my name? There was something about Kotayuki on the whiteboard, but yes. So he was one of our classmates, I guess. It is not uncommon for patients with high fevers to experience disorientation. However, this young boy did not show any signs of distress. He remained expressionless, his face like an unmoving mask. His eyes were blank and glassy, not unlike those of an adult. At the very least, I did not note any of the usual symptoms of fever-induced disorientation. Immediately after, he again lost consciousness. As I did not accompany him, I do not know the details of what happened at the prefectural hospital. Although such an episode can likely be attributed to a temporary disturbance in the patient's memory, as a long-practicing physician of Ebisu Gaoka, I cannot help but be reminded of the local phenomenon of the fox possession. You need to go this way. How are they going to fight the one? Diary of Revenge. On the 21st, 13 Ebisu Gaoka residents were brutally killed in broad daylight. The police department has yet to find the killer. Kinshu Paper Morning Edition, May 22nd, Meiji 13. This was a truly horrible incident. Police investigations pulled up nothing, and construction on a large-scale dam began soon after, drawing a whole new workforce to Ebisu Gaoka that rapidly developed the town. Before long, everyone had forgotten about the mass murder. I, however, have not forgotten. There was something very peculiar about this incident. According to multiple eyewitness reports, the killer was a giant of a man, over 2 meters tall, who had covered himself head to toe in tree bark and roots fashioned to a kind of armor. On top of all that, he also wore no mask. He marched around the town preaching the following: "You worship false idols, the foxes lead you astray. Destroy their foul statues. If reverence is not given to the divine tree, then that water dragon shall arise once more to bring calamity upon this land." The man proceeded to butcher everyone in his path with a katana. I'd wager that the perpetrator was some kind of divine tree faith fanatic. To the followers of old practices, transition of faith from the divine tree to the Inari statue is surely seen as an unforgivable act of blasphemy. It is entirely possible that the strange guise he wore was to replicate the giant monk who founded the religion in the Kamakura period. According to another eyewitness report, we also know what happened to the man in his final moments. This too, unsurprisingly, has been made out into some kind of divine happening. A thick fog swept in, and from it appeared a pack of eerily glowing foxes. They circled around the man, surrounding him, and then everything was swallowed by the fog, leaving nothing behind. What juvenile drivel. This is new. Yep. There's a lot. Those boxes with the seals can only be opened in New Game Plus. So there's a bunch of them.
化け物の巣じゃないか。邪魔するな。お前たちの仲間にはならない。
I can't upgrade the Omori. I'm short like 600.
行もうすぐだ。
All right. Nice. Go get that. I hate these things because they do that and they just sit there. Oh no! That's a lot of damage. I got wrecked. I got wrecked hard. Alright. Back at it again we go.
相棒もうすぐだ
And I know I was like one hit away from killing the doll. I know I was that close. But I flubbed. I flubbed it hard. Alright, night fam. We're gonna go find Ivo.
街は化け物だらけだ街に戻ろう
Damn it. Don't swing too early, don't swing too early. Alright. That was it. Now I make the long trek back to the Divine Tree. I wonder how many enemies respawn on the way, or if I can just breeze right through. This way. Not this way. This way. Thanks, other watcher. So, what is this game about is a very loaded question. So, Hinako here, main girl, she got sold to a wedding. And she does drugs, and she wasn't happy about the wedding. And pretty sure she killed somebody. A lot of somebodies. Way to the tree. I gotta run past them anyways. And then the tree is that way. Can I just actually run by you? Nope, can't. This is going so well. At this point, we're fairly certain that the person in the fox mask is supposed to be Nazi. Unless something else tells me otherwise. Am I going there? Yep, okay. Thanks for letting me just run by you right there, guy. Should just be straight. Then the tree is up here. The sacred sword. An ancient sword that harbors a malevolent energy deep within its seal. Even if the blade chips, the mysterious power that resides in it will restore the weapon to its whole and unblemished state. While it is sheathed, the sacred sword will recover durability when you attack enemies using other weapons. While you cannot use the sacred sword to focus attack, your gauge will remain untouched if you attack while focusing. However, you are attacked while in this state, you will automatically block the attack and be forced out of focus. You can perform a counter while wielding the sacred sword, using right trigger so long as a counter is possible, even if you are already in the middle of an attack. Oh, it's so good. Also, did you see that draw? Hold on. I have the darkest blade of absolute darkness. Behold my Chuni energy. That one. I'm gonna go wash it. Because I ran into a shrine. That was like, hey, you can wash things here. And the book said I needed to cleanse the sword. Otherwise I'll end up as a super psycho murderer. Alright. And thus we begin the long trek back.
ちょうどいい。
Now there was a big guy. Here. This is not what I do. I totally thought this was the way. I was like, this is how I purify it. But I have failed. Oh, I thought this was it though. In that case, where else can I purify it? So there's the tree. There's this shrine here, which had a water basin for washing. It's not in the town. There's Sakuko's family shrine. But I guess that I can't do it. Here. Oh well. I'll worry about it later then. If I can't do it yet, maybe it'll be able to come back up later. But I did think that was the way, so now I'm a little disappointed. Oh well. Nice. I'm already full on weapons. And I have the sword. Now let's go home. Items, I'm full on items. Sword is pretty good. It's a little slow, but I think I'm okay with that. Let's go home.
うちもやられてる。どういうこと？廊下、襖、間取りが全部変わってる。もう何なの？もしもし。
清水さんのお宅でお間違いないでしょうか。岡本水産でございます。毎度ごひいきに預かり誠にありがとうございます。
もしもし。こんな部屋うちにはない。
Let's start enshrining some stuff. One of those, one of those. Now I need 400 before I can equip another armory. $170. And I do need to start being careful with my items now. No good, won't budge. Go next.
お父さんたちの部屋なの。
Alright.
いつ撮ったんだろう。
Hinoko's diary. It's midnight and I'm awake. That means I won. My big day is tomorrow. No, the sky is becoming brighter, meaning today is tomorrow. It's my funeral today, no my execution. I don't want to die. Why do I have to die? You're not going to die, Hinoko. You're always going to be you. Yeah, right, sure, my name will be the same, but they're just going to slap it on some other sack of meat. You're not a baby bird anymore, Hinako. Don't you want to spread your wings and venture out into a brand new world? Then you can go and die if you want. Don't drag me down with you. Oh. Rinko and the parents are crossed out this time. Alright, parents go down. Brink will go down. Sakuko, Shu, and I will stay up. Once I find myself. Obtained the following documents. Nice. Alright, so that's all the diaries. Diary of Revenge. My father had the courage to call out the town's religious group for the embezzlement of local taxes. He died in an accident shortly after, and those crooks claimed his Inari Summer's divine punishment. I abandoned all faith and became an atheist from that day on. I don't believe in the gods or Buddha or divine punishments or stupid curses. Instead, I turned to research and I began delving into the local history of religion and folklore. My goal was to expose their precious faith for what it really was, a bunch of wild tales crafted to suit their manipulative needs, and ultimately get my revenge. I write this journal like some kind of final message, now due to my steadily deteriorating health. From the beginning of this month, my appetite has drastically decreased. Even after 3 weeks, I still don't get hungry, and any attempts to force down food simply results in vomiting. 2 days ago, I tried to eat some rice porridge, to no avail. I threw it up soon after. More concerning that there was something moving around the vomit. It was the larva of a locust. Yesterday, I woke up in a sudden fit of choking coughs. I left an odd squirming and scratching sensation in my throat and mouth. Turning on the light, I spat out what I had coughed up. It was a grasshopper and a cricket. Surrounding me in my bed, I found another dozen or so insects crawling up on the sheets. I had coughed up all those bugs. I can't go to the doctor. If anyone were to see this, they would immediately claim it as some kind of divine punishment. I woke again in the early hours of the morning to a painful fit of coughing and countless bugs spewing from my mouth. They'd come out of me and crawl up the curtains and scutter across my floor, until every inch of my room is covered in a gleaming, writhing carpet. I'm nothing more than skin and bones at this point, yet my head feels bulbous and heavy. Whenever I move, I can hear a dry chittering inside me. My head is full of them now, or maybe they're eggs. I had a headache that felt like my head was going to split open just moments ago, but it went away like it was nothing. My cough and the insects are getting progressively worse, however. I don't think I'll make it through the night. I refuse to believe this is some kind of divine punishment for questioning the gods, though. Who in their right mind would believe such nonsense? Oh no, they got hit with the divine punishment. What are my items looking like? I have one open slot.
シュウ、そこにいるの？なんでここに？この日付、何か大事な日だった気が。
What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Alright. We are going to end it here then. Or it gets too late when we start getting into things. Alright. See you next time, and bye.